MCQs on engineering thermodynamics. In this lecture we are going to study about the second law of thermodynamics. The second law of thermodynamics, it tells about the first one. Question number 1. Kelvin Planck statement deals with conversion of heat into work, conversion of work into heat, conversion of energy, conservation of energy, conservation of mass. Kelvin Planck statement deals with conversion of heat into work. It is not with the conservation. It is a conversion of heat into work. The Kelvin Planck statement tells that it is impossible for any heat engine to operate in a thermodynamic cycle and deliver a net amount of energy or work done to its surroundings while receiving energy from a single reservoir, heat transfer from a single thermal reservoir. This is called as Kelvin Planck statement. So the Kelvin Planck statement is it deals with the conversion of heat into work. Then second question, heat flows from hot substance to cold substance unaided. This statement is given by Kelvin, Gay Lussac, Joule, Clausius. Answer is Clausius. Clausius statement is given below. The Clausius statement of second law of thermodynamics is it is impossible to construct a heat engine or a device that operate in a cycle and produces no effect other than the transfer of heat from lower temperature to a higher temperature body. The heat always flows from higher temperature to a lower temperature body, but it cannot flow from higher temperature to lower temperature body by means of without the aid of any one device. That is called as a Kelvin Planck statement. That is a Clausius statement. The Clausius statement, heat flows from hot substance to cold substance unaided. So this statement is given by the Clausius. Okay, to transfer heat from low temperature body to higher temperature body, we need to give work. Okay. Heat transfer from higher temperature to lower temperature, takes place according to second law of thermodynamics. The options are zeroth law, first law, second law, Fourier law. It is according to second law of thermodynamics. In a Carnot cycle, heat is transferred at constant pressure, constant enthalpy, constant volume, constant temperature. In Carnot cycle, so in this is a Carnot cycle, the TS diagram for a Carnot cycle. The Carnot cycle, so it is a heat addition process. Okay, heat addition process T1, T2. Okay, T1, T2. Heat is added at the constant temperature. Okay, heat is delivered at the constant temperature. So it is a constant temperature process. Heat is transferred at the constant temperature. Okay, so constant temperature is constant. Okay, so option is D. So this is a Carnot cycle. Okay, in the Carnot cycle, the example for a Carnot cycle is that is okay. You can consider a thermal power plant. You consider a thermal power plant like that. In a thermal power plant, there is a boiler. Okay, boiler, and from the boiler, the steam is transferred to turbine. Okay, turbine. Then from the turbine, it is transferred to the condenser. Okay, the turbine, the work done, there is work done, and the condenser heat is transferred out, and there is a pump. So this is a pump. Pump work is done. Okay, in the boiler, we have to give heat Q1. We have to give heat Q1, and in the turbine, we are getting work done. WT. We are getting work done, and in the condenser, heat is transferred out. Okay, heat is transferred out Q2, and in the pump we have to give work. Okay, we have to give work. Okay, that is, so in the boiler we are giving work. Okay, we are giving heat. In the turbine we are getting work done, and in the condenser heat is transferred out. Heat is here. Heat is heat is out. Here we are giving work done. So net heat transfer equal to Q1 minus Q2. Okay, Q1 minus Q2 equal to WT minus WP. WT minus WP. This is according to first law of thermodynamics. cyclic integral of dq equal to cyclic integral of dw. So q1 minus q2 equal to wt minus wp. Then efficiency of Carnot engine equal to q1 minus, okay, and efficiency equal to output by input. So output is w net, output is w net divided by q1. Input is q1, we are giving input q1, so w net by q1 is the input. So w net equal to q1 minus q2. Okay, w net equal to q net. Okay, therefore it is equal to q1 minus q2. So q1 minus q2 divided by q1, that is equal to 1 minus q2 by q1, 1 minus q2 by q1. So here, so this is the efficiency of the Carnot heat engine. Okay, so Carnot cycle is given here. So here in the boiler, we are giving heat q1. The boiler, we are giving heat, and in this turbine we are getting work done wt, and in the here it is a condenser, the heat is transferred out q2, and here in the pump we are giving work done wp. Okay, the efficiency of Carnot heat engine is equal to q1 minus q2 by q1, that is equal to 1 minus q2 by q1. So this is the efficiency of Carnot engine. During adiabatic expansion, internal energy remains constant, temperature remains constant, entropy remains constant, enthalpy remains constant. Okay, here, so this is a TS diagram. So TS diagram, this is temperature and S is entropy. In the adiabatic expansion process, so it is in the turbine we are getting adiabatic expansion. The adiabatic expansion process, it is isentropic process. Adiabatic expansion process is an isentropic process, so entropy remains constant. Okay, during adiabatic expansion, entropy remains constant. In Carnot heat engine, when heat is applied by a source, the temperature of source decreases, the temperature of source remains constant, temperature of sink increases, temperature of source and sink decreases. The option is B. The temperature of source remains constant. By supplying heat q1, the temperature of source will not change. That is, it is a temperature of the source T1. So heat engine, this is a sink T2. T2. So the higher temperature is called as T1 is called as a source. Okay, it is called as a source. This one is called as a sink. This one is called as a sink. This is a heat engine. Okay, heat engine, and it transfers heat Q1 to the heat engine, and the heat engine delivers heat Q2 to the sink. The temperature of source and sink does not change. By the temperature of boiler does not change. So temperature of source remains constant. Temperature of sink also remains constant. So option B is correct. The cyclic heat engine does 50 kJ of work per cycle. The efficiency of the heat engine is 75%. The heat rejected per cycle is, okay, we know that the heat in the cyclic heat engine, efficiency of heat engine equal to Q1 minus Q2 by Q1, that is 1 minus Q2 by Q1. Q1 minus Q2 by Q1. So W net by Q1, efficiency equal to 75.75 equal to W net by Q1. Okay, W net equal to 50 kilojoule. Okay, W net equal to 50 kilojoule. We know that, and eta equal to W net by Q1. So 0.75 equal to W net by Q1. 0.75 equal to 50 by Q1. Okay, Q1 equal to 50 by 0.75, which is equal to 200 by 3. Okay, which is equal to 0.75 equal to 3 by 4. So 50 into 4, 200, 200 by 3. Okay, so 200 by 3. We know that Q1 minus Q2 equal to 50. W net equal to 50. W net equal to Q1 minus Q2 equal to 50. So this is equal to 66.67 minus Q2 equal to 50. So Q2 equal to 16.67. 16 2 by 3. So option A is correct. Question: an industrial heat pump operates between temperature source and temperatures are 27 degrees Celsius and minus 13 degrees Celsius. The rates of heat addition and heat rejections are 750 watt and 1000 watt respectively. The COP of the heat pump is, okay, the formula of COP of heat pump, in heat pump, okay, this is a higher temperature source, this is a T1, okay, source, and this is a heat pump, HP heat pump, and at the bottom it is a sink. Sink is at a temperature T2. Okay, sink is at a temperature T2. Okay, in the heat pump, here it is Q1, sorry, it is Q1, this one is Q1, and it is Q2. COP of heat pump equal to desired effect by input. Desired effect is desired effect by heat in and work done, W net. Okay, desired effect by W net. Okay, desired effect by W net. Desired effect equal to, what is desired effect here? Desired effect is Q1, that is in the heat pump, like in the heater. Okay, in the heat pump or in heater, the heat has to be added up. Okay, from the by giving work done, we have to give external work done in the heat pump to operate, and the heat has to be added up. So this is equal to Q1. So desired effect is Q1. Okay, desired effect is Q1. W net is, so we have to give W net. W net equal to Q1 minus Q2. Okay, Q1 minus Q2. So the formula for COP of heat pump is Q1 by Q1 minus Q2. So that it operates between temperatures of 27 degrees Celsius and minus 13 degrees Celsius. The rates of heat addition and heat rejections are 750 watt and 1000 watt respectively. The COP of the heat pump is, so for a Carnot heat pump, it is T1 by T1 minus T2. But for it is an industrial heat pump. This word is given for, it is not an Carnot heat pump. Okay, if it is Carnot heat pump, you have to use the formula T1 by T1 minus T2. But it is an industrial heat pump. For industrial heat pump, you have to use the formula Q1 by Q1 minus Q2. For the COP of the heat pump is, Q1 by Q1 minus Q2. Q1 equal to 750 watt. Q1 minus Q2 equal to 750 minus, so okay, heat rejection are 1000 minus 750. Okay, 1000 minus 750, which is equal to 3. Okay, COP of heat pump equal to 3. Right. So this is a COP of heat pump. Then consider a refrigerator and a heat pump working on reverse Carnot cycle within the same temperature limits. Which of the following is correct? COP of refrigerator equal to COP of heat pump. COP of refrigerator equal to COP of heat pump plus 1. COP of refrigerator equal to COP of heat pump minus 1. COP of refrigerator equal to inverse of COP of heat pump. Okay, in the refrigerator, this is a higher temperature source T1. This is a refrigerator, and this is a sink. Okay, this is a sink or evaporator, refrigerating medium. Okay, this is a refrigerator, fridge. Okay, here in the refrigerator, we have to give external work. Okay, according to Clausius statement, we have to give work done to extract temperature from the lower temperature to higher temperature. So lower temperature is Q2, higher temperature is Q1. Okay, here the desired effect is Q2. COP of refrigerator equal to Q2 by Q1 minus Q2. Okay, Q2 by Q1 minus Q2. COP of heat pump is Q1 by Q1 minus Q2. But COP of refrigerator is Q2 by Q1 minus Q2. Okay. So the COP of refrigerator equal to COP of, okay, COP of heat pump minus 1. COP of refrigerator equal to COP of heat pump minus 1, which operate between the same temperature limits. So option C is correct. So heat pump, here it is COP of heat pump equal to Q1 by Q1 minus Q2. Okay, which is equal to you can add 1 plus Q1, 1 minus Q1. Okay, 1 plus Q2, 1 minus Q2. That is, it will become it will become 1 plus Q2 by Q1 minus Q2, 1 plus COP of refrigerator. COP of heat pump equal to 1 plus COP of refrigerator. So COP of refrigerator equal to COP of heat pump minus 1. Option C is correct. Then a Carnot cycle refrigerator operates between 250 Kelvin and 300 Kelvin. Its coefficient of performance is, so COP of heat pump, okay, COP of heat pump equal to COP of refrigerator equal to Q2 by, okay, Q2 by Q1 minus Q2. Okay, but it is a cornered refrigerator, so it is treated